Hi everyone. Today's lecture is focusing on the motivations. Let me share the slide. Today, first I explain basic theories and concepts about the motivation in organizational studies. Then I describe a case study of the company, Nordstrom Corporation, from Harvard Business School case. The case study will help you think about how the theories and concepts can be applied in real-world management. Motivation is a topic very close to our life. When do you feel motivated to do something? Do you feel motivated when you take a class? Maybe not. Do you enjoy watching sports? Maybe. Today, we will consider these topics. First, let's explain the key concepts according to the Dictionary of Psychology. There is a relationship between needs, incentive, and motivations. Needs is a state that generates behavior. For example, we want money, food, and praise from others. Incentives are objects of the needs and conditions of external stimuli. When an individual has a needs and at the same time there is an incentive, he or she takes action. Motivation is a process by which people are driven to behave under the influence of internal and external stimuli. Organizational theory has paid particular attention to work motivations. The need for money and the incentive payment drive people to work. In general, there has been a shift in the research from content theory, which is a classification of the needs, to process theory, explain what mechanisms motivate people. What motivates the individual? How do we manage the individual? One of the dominant models is rational economic man. Economic reward controls human behavior. If the individual is passive being, then the manager focuses on efficiency and controls the behavior of the worker through rewards. One of the famous experiments, Hawthorne experiment, was conducted on the Western Electric Company on the motivation of factory workers between 1924 and 1932. The scholars such as Elton Mayo, Whitehead, and Wesley Sperger participated in the study. Hawthorne's experiment investigates the impact of environmental factors in the workplace, such as lighting, number of breaks, refreshment, shorter working hours on productivity. As the researcher added better conditions, the productivity of work increased. But when all the improvements were taken away, the organizational conditions before the experiment were reinstated. Work performance became the highest ever recorded. People were surprised by such a result because they predict negative results. How could such a thing have happened? There are several reasons. First is pride in being chosen as a group to be investigated. They are pleased by being elected. Second is good relationship with supervisors. The third is good relationship with members. So these aspects brought positive performance. Hawthorne experiment discovered the importance of human relationship. Social relationships affect motivation to work, level of output, and quality of work. People satisfy their social needs through informal relationships. So individuals is a social man. Social needs are important. Management satisfies the individual needs for pride and belonging to group with empathic support. Alternatively, psychologist Maslow provides a model of a self-actualized man. Work is a source of satisfaction. Individuals are oriented toward personal growth. Management influences the individual from the inside rather than outside. Maslow presents hierarchy of needs theory. Within every human being, there is a hierarchy of 5 needs. As each need becomes substantially satisfied, the next one becomes dominant. The lowest level are physiological needs. Appetite, rest, sleep, sexual desire, and other basic needs related to the maintenance of life. Second lowest level is a need for safety and security, which is a need for security and stability in one's survival and life. Third level is a need for social belonging. Individuals have the need to belong to the group, to be accepted as a member of a group, and to have a relationship with others. The fourth level is the need for esteem, which is need to be recognized and respected as a valuable person by those around them. Fifth level is a self-actualization, which is a need to demonstrate one's ability and potential and to seek creative activity and personal growth. Do your needs fit into this model? I feel I'm close to this myself, but that may not be the case for everyone. Importantly, Maslow showed that there is a ranking of individual needs. Another model that presented by Herzberg is two-factor theory. He asked people to describe a situation in which they felt exceptionally good or bad about their jobs. The response differed significantly and led Herzberg to his theory. He discovered that factors associated with job satisfaction are separate from those that produce job satisfaction, dissatisfaction. Hygiene factors is related to dissatisfaction, while motivation factors are related to satisfaction. First, the motivation factors lead to individual satisfaction. They include achievement, recognition, work itself, responsibility, advancement, and growth. These contribute to enhancing individual motivation, while they are less related to dissatisfaction. These are very reasonable. When our performance is recognized, we are motivated to work further. If we see our personal growth through job, we want to work harder. On the other hand, hygiene factors relate to individual dissatisfaction. They include company policy and administration, supervision, relationship with supervisor, work conditions, salary, and status. These aspects are less related to satisfaction of workers. When these aspects are lacking, people experience dissatisfaction. However, these factors do not lead to satisfaction. If the salary is not sufficient, we feel very dissatisfied. However, if the salary is increased to some extent, we may not feel strong delight. Thus, Herzberg discovered that the factors associated with job satisfaction are separate from those that produce job dissatisfaction. In choosing a future job, which do you value more, job satisfaction or monetary reward? This is very important aspect of your career decision. Professor Christensen, who was a professor of Harvard University, suggests that we can use two-factor theory to answer this question. He said that some of his classmates at Harvard Business School have gone to become criminals after graduation. One of his Harvard classmates, Mr. Jeffrey Kane Skilling, was the CEO of Enron Corporation during the Enron scandal. He had been convicted and imprisoned in the accounting fraud that brought the U.S. energy company Enron to bankruptcy. However, Professor Christensen recalled that Skilling was a fine man when he was a student. So why did Skilling become a criminal? Why are brilliant people with noble goals failing in life over time? These people end up focusing on hygiene factors such as money and social status. However, these prevent them from getting enough satisfaction from their work itself. These only serve to reduce job dissatisfaction. So these people seek more money to alleviate their dissatisfaction. And if the trend goes too far, they end up breaking the law. Professor Christensen said, for many of us, one of the easiest mistakes to make is to focusing on trying to always satisfy the tangible trappings of the professional success in the mistaken belief that those things will make us happy. Better salaries, a more prestigious title, a nicer office. They are, after all, what our friends and family see as a sign that we have made it professionally. But as soon as you find yourself focusing on tangible aspects of your job, you are at the risk of becoming like some of my classmates, chasing a mirage. The next pay raise you think will be the one that finally makes you happy. It's a hopeless quest. The theory of motivation suggests you need to ask yourself a different set of questions than most of us are used to asking. Is this work meaningful to me? Is this job going to give me a chance to develop? Am I going to learn new things? Will I have an opportunity for recognition and achievement? Am I going to be given a responsibility? These are things that will truly motivate you. Once you get this right, the more measurable aspect of your job will fade in the importance. There's no right or wrong answer to career decisions. However, by using this theory, we can predict what the consequence of our choice will be. I hope you can use this series to help you make better decisions. The next concept is intrinsic motivation. Behavior is intrinsically motivated when there is no apparent external rewards. Intrinsically motivated behavior, one that involved is the human need for being competent and self-determined. This motivation is innate and motivates such things as play, exploration, and development of cognitive stress. Activity itself is a source of motivation. Individuals are intrinsically motivated when they feel autonomous, competent, and relevant. The previous research has shown that intrinsic motivation rather than extrinsic motivation increases an individual's commitment to and participant in behavior. The final theory is goal setting theory. Goal setting influences individual motivation. First, difficult and challenging goal, when accepted, produce high results. Second, the specific goal increase performance. Third, people do better when they get feedback on how well they are progressing toward their goals. So the nature of goals is crucial for work motivation. The popular practice related to goal setting theory is management by objective. A program encompasses specific goals, participatory set for explicit time period and including feedback on goals. The overall purpose of the organization is subdivided into divisions, department, and then individual purpose. Individual objectives are related to the organization as a whole in a coherent manner. In company, a supervisor and subordinates discuss and decide on the individual goals and the method to achieve them. So the result and then feedback to subordinates. This kind of cycle is important to the implementation of management by objective. These are basic theories of motivation. Please think about whether these can be applied to you. As a social psychologist, Kurt Lewin once said that there is nothing more practical than good theory. If these are good theories, then they can explain your daily behaviors.